Hello, my friends, and welcome to Youth Potential, a channel dedicated to helping young people with mental health problems. I have two books available, 102 Distraction Techniques and Self-Harm to Self-Harmony. Both of these books are only available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hello, my friend, Scott here representing Youth Potential. So I noticed recently that my subscriber count has increased, Instagram following has increased, and now that I've just started over on TikTok, more and more people were becoming familiar with Youth Potential. So what I thought I'd do is just make a little video, tell you a bit about myself, like reintroduce myself, because obviously there's plenty of you that don't know much about me, but you've seen my work, and then maybe if you get to know me a little bit better, it would make more sense, the context of all the things that I make, and that you'll understand the relevance of it. So that's what I'm going for. So yeah, let me tell you a bit about myself. So yeah, my name's Scott. I'm 30 years old. I live here in the UK, in South East. I live with autism, borderline personality disorder, depression and anxiety. Over the years, I've struggled with self-harm on and off, suicide attempts, and I've had plenty of psychotic episodes, to name a few. I've been an inpatient before, so I know exactly what kind of experience that's like. I'm currently on 2 types of medication, which I have to take 3 lots of. I'm on an antipsychotic and an antidepressant. I'm under care of the community mental health team, which here in the UK basically means they're sort of like your community mental health nurses and therapists and all that kind of stuff. All of my sort of like the symptoms that I've been experiencing with mental illness over the years kind of started when I was about 14, 15. Sort of prior to that, I don't think I really had emotionally developed enough other than to respond to things that I either really like or really don't like. Yeah, so I started self-harming about age 15, and that's when I knew things were really starting to go downhill. Because before then, I didn't really know too much about mental illness. So yeah, that's just my medical history. So Youth Potential, that's just the name of the project that I've got, and I don't want that to be misleading and just think it's only for young people. To be honest, that's exactly what Youth Potential used to be about. It used to be dedicated to sort of like under 25s, but as time's gone on over the years of doing this project, I've noticed that my demographic is actually more sort of like 18 plus, all the way up until sort of like 30s, 40s. So the youth and Youth Potential is a much broader meaning now, just like young in body, mind or soul, whatever fits you best, really. So I run obviously this YouTube channel. I have an Instagram as well. There's a link in the homepage, and I've just started on TikTok, just like I said earlier. I'm only just kind of like figuring out how to use that properly and to the best of my ability. So, but there will be regular videos come into that. I've also committed to doing like 1 live stream per week on my Instagram, and that's become sort of relatively popular, and there's some really nice people there as well. I mean, if you're watching this and you've been attending my live streams, you know exactly what I'm on about. Yeah, there's some really good people. Good opportunity to make friends as well if you join the live stream over on my Instagram. I normally do them on Mondays about 8 o'clock GMT time. They're really good fun, and I try and keep them as interactive as possible as well, so like we can kind of like talk to each other rather than just me talking into the camera like I am now. I've self-published a couple of books. My first book, Self-Harm to Self-Harmony, is about my sort of teenage years and early adult years experiencing mental illness, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that took me a little while to write. I've got another one called 102 Distraction Techniques. So that's pretty much what it says on the tin. So it's just 102 examples of really easily accessible distractions, things that you can do, just ideas for you to put into place to distract yourself if you're really struggling. So that's kind of about what I do with Youth Potential. On a more personal side, I'm a father of 2. I have 2 daughters. I'm a pansexual male. I'm outside of Youth Potential. I'm actually a chef. I'm quite a big food fan as well. Love my music, love my heavy metal, and my taste in music is quite broad. I love like 90s and 80s hip hop, sort of like old school punk, and plenty of modern punk as well. Bit of dubstep, drum and bass, electro house, even some like really chilled out ambient stuff as well, like alternative, yeah, and some really bizarre stuff as well. I'm a massive Pokemon fan, which you may have already worked out based upon the background. Yeah, this is just a bit of my display. I've got a full sleeve of Pokemon. Yeah, so that's covered in tattoos. I've got one across my chest. I used to have some piercings, but I took them out after a while because I just couldn't be bothered with them anymore. I'm definitely a film nut. Absolutely love my movies, classic movies, modern classics, anything. Like my favourite film is Pulp Fiction. I love the zombie horror subgenre. Love my zombie movies, especially like the old school ones. Yeah, and I'm really interested in learning about the mind and human behaviour, which you'll notice me talk a lot about that throughout Youth Potential. Okay, so finally, what is Youth Potential's aim? What's the idea of it? What does it plan to deliver? So I've tried to create a community, especially on Instagram, where people can just be themselves, come along, can talk about their problems, can, as I said earlier, you can make some really nice friends if you come and attend one of my live streams on Instagram. Some really good people, I've met people on social media, obviously, all over the world, and it's really nice just to like get everybody's like input on stuff. Like I'm really a big fan of getting feedback from you guys, and giving me ideas as well. So you're always welcome to do that. Youth Potential is also a place to learn about autism, borderline personality disorder, depression, anxiety, self-harm, etc., etc. Because they're conditions that I live with, so why not? It makes sense that I try and impart my knowledge and experience onto people, so perhaps everyone has an opportunity to learn something about themselves or a loved one. Yeah. I really want to inspire people to kind of be the best version of themselves, and if you come along to the live streams, you'll see that I talk about like goals and purpose, and like keeping yourself busy, forming a routine, new habits, etc., etc. Because I believe that's really important in maintaining like a more balanced life, and sort of living more harmoniously with your mental health conditions. I like to give out practical advice as well. I think, there's practical advice. It's so useful. Different tools to stay distracted, different things, ideas that you can apply just to kind of give yourself more structure. Yeah, and I want to inspire purpose as well. Like I said, like I think it's important that we have sort of like goals to achieve, because it's so easy to kind of get lost in how miserable life can be, especially during this pandemic that we're in right now. But there is loads of good that can come out of life, and I really want to try and inspire people to, get their heads stuck into that, but also being realistic as well, and kind of accepting your emotions, accepting your feelings, and kind of learning how to express yourself properly and get the most out of yourself, basically, because I think that's kind of what we all really want. So yeah, that's a bit about me and Youth Potential. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll see you on a live stream or something soon. All the best.